Hey everyone, it's triplemangothreat, and today we're talking about the ways we can play extra lands and not spend $20. Let's jump right into it. So yes, it's true, we don't have to get Exploration or Oracle of Mul Daya to be able to play more lands. In fact, we can spend even less than that. Sakura Tribe Scout, Sky Shroud Ranger, and Llanowar Scout. These all do pretty much the same thing. We're going to put a land onto the battlefield just by tapping these creatures. And what's really nice is that there's no restriction besides Sky Shroud Ranger, which says that we can only play it as a sorcery. But again, there's no limit on the land that we can put from our hand onto the battlefield, which is really helpful, and these prices are crazy compared to Exploration. We don't have to spend $20 or $30 to be able to do the same thing. There are even more budget options with cards like Walking Atlas, Scare Tiller, and Murasa Rootgrazer. What's really nice is the first two creatures are colorless, so this can go in any deck. It doesn't have to just be green. So it's like we have an Exploration now in every other color, which is really going to help us. And also these cards are very budget friendly. If you can't afford the almost $2 Walking Atlas, you still have Scare Tiller for 6 cents. And if you're playing in white and green, Murasa is only 7 cents as well. Now Walking Atlas is like the previous cards I mentioned before. We just have to tap this creature and we get to put a land from our hand onto the battlefield. When it comes to Scare Tiller and Murasa Rootgrazer, we have to go a little bit more specific because Scare Tiller needs to be tapped in order to put a land from our hand onto the battlefield, or we can even return a land from our graveyard back to the battlefield tapped. And Murasa Rootgrazer is a little more specific because we can only do this with basic lands. So if we have a lot of basic lands, maybe we're just white and green, this is one I really have to recommend. Because when we start getting into more than just these two colors, we're not going to have as much basic lands. So this means we're going to have more opportunities to take advantage of this. Next we're talking about Court of Bounty. It's an enchantment, and when it enters the battlefield, we're going to become the Monarch. At the beginning of our upkeep, we can put a land from our hand onto the battlefield, and if we're the Monarch, we can choose a creature or a land and put that onto the battlefield. But we're going to be focusing on the land part, so this is like Exploration, except it's 4 mana instead of just the 1, but it gets us a range between creatures or lands, which green is all about. We have huge creatures that we can just drop on the battlefield as well. So if you're not looking to just put lands onto the battlefield, but get some card draw and possibly put your creatures onto the battlefield for free, I think this is a great option for you. The last card we have is Mana Bond. For 1 green, it's an enchantment. During your discard phase, or at the beginning of your end step, you may reveal your hand, put all lands from it onto the battlefield, and if you do, discard your hand. What's really nice is that this gives us the option to do so. We're not just getting rid of our hand every time, but if we are in a deck that loves putting our cards into the grave, there's actually quite a few commanders that might want to use this. For example, we have Muldrotha and Damia's Sage of Stone. Muldrotha is all about our permanents in the graveyard, and then we can actually use it like a second hand. We can play 1 permanent of each type from our grave each one of our turns, which is really helpful, and Damia is able to refill our hand by helping us draw the difference between our hand and 7 cards. So maybe Mana Bond is a great option for these 2 commanders. Now before I end the video, I want to give a shout out to Dragon Shield. This is not sponsored by them, but they're going to release their Harry Potter sleeves May 28th. This is a great opportunity to sleeve up your commander decks with one of the Hogwarts houses, whether it matches up with the ideals of that house or if you just love Slytherin. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of these sleeves. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button, comment below what you think of this video, and subscribe for more mango content. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.